I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back just for a short episode because South Carolina is playing Tennessee for sole possession of first place in the SEC. Before I do that, I would like to ask you to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps my channel, CTC, by way of the Refuse to Lose Network. Y'all know the shows. I get the rundown of the shows every episode. Excuse me, but I'm going to keep this one quick. And that's, I know when I say I'm going to be quick, normally that means 30 minutes. Nah, this ain't going to be 30 minutes a day. Probably 10 minutes tops. Like I said, man, I'm just going over South Carolina versus Tennessee tonight. Battle of sole possession in first place. It's from being picked last in the SEC, South Carolina, Lamar Paris, to possibly winning the SEC if they can beat Tennessee tonight. And Mississippi State, that's what it is, on Saturday. So at Tennessee can outright win the SEC by beating us, South Carolina, and by beating Kentucky. Kentucky is out of the race, even though they did beat Alabama last night, because South Carolina beat Kentucky. Technically, Tennessee did beat Tennessee did beat Kentucky. So Kentucky's out of the race because if Tennessee wins against South Carolina but loses to Kentucky, they will still have a game on Kentucky because Tennessee right now is 1 game in front of South Carolina and 2 games in front of Kentucky. And if South Carolina beats Tennessee but loses to Mississippi State, even though Kentucky beats Tennessee, then Tennessee would have been swept by South Carolina. South Carolina has the head-to-head over Kentucky. So, therefore, South Carolina would just win it outright. Tennessee, I believe, would be in second, and Kentucky, I believe, would be in third. I'm pretty sure that's how that shakes out. Don't quote me on that. But let's talk about the matchup. They have, like I said, met earlier in Tennessee, where South Carolina did pull off the upset win before it became ranked 63-59 at Tennessee. Like I said at the time, South Carolina was not ranked. That's when I was fighting for South Carolina to be ranked. I was fighting for it because that's right when we blew out Kentucky at home. That's right when we were in a huge win streak. And I was scared that maybe South Carolina loses to Tennessee. And then the committee was like, whoa, see, and this is why we didn't rank them. But nonetheless, beat Tennessee, beat, I believe, Ole Miss or Vandy right after that, became ranked. In that game, Talon Cooper with 18 leading South Carolina, while Dalton Netch had 31 leading Tennessee. John Gray had 7 boards, and Michie Johnson had 6 assists. But also this game was, I believe, prior to CMB, Colin Murray Boyles' big coming out party. I don't think Colin Murray Boyles, he got 20 minutes, he had 4 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. CMB was not the CMB he is today. BJ Mack had 16 points, but shot terribly from the field for 15. Zach Davis started, had 0. Zach Davis actually had a huge game last week. Why am I blanking on against who, though? It wasn't Ole Miss. Was it Ole Miss? It might have been Ole Miss. Like I said, Michie, he had 6 assists, but he only had like 3 points. I don't think Michie's going to be that bad again, 1 of 8 from the field. Now for the Volunteers last game. Like I said, Dalton had 31. Santiago Vescovi had 10, who was their next leading scorer. So I don't believe that Zakai Ziegler is going to go 0 for 6, 0 for 4 from 3, 2 points, especially the way he's been playing of late. Jonas Adu had 6 points, 4 fouls, 5 boards. So I think he does remain in check, so to speak, for lack of a better term. I don't think he has a crazy outburst of a game. I don't think he has hold to 6, but I don't think he explodes for anything like past maybe 12. Josiah Jordan James, he had, I don't know why. He had 2 points. I think that could be the same. And Jordan Gainey was the biggest surprise, having 0 points in 23 minutes on the bench. I don't see that happening again. But like I said, man, CMB has been tremendous since then. Just playing lights out. I think CMB, his activity around the rim, his activity just period, the ability to run up and move up and down the floor, the ability to guard guards on the perimeter, the ability to play pick and roll defense, I think that's been tremendous, especially for a good defensive team in South Carolina that we already are. It takes a lot of the pressure off of Talon Cooper and Meechie Johnson to have to create as much. Yeah, CMB, Talon Cooper and Meechie Johnson are good at creating, but with CMB, a guy so active like him who can pass on the post and who can attack the rim, like I said, it just takes the pressure off those guys and allow guys like Meechie Johnson to focus more on scoring, which that's what Meechie Johnson does. Zach Davis, like I said, had a really good game this past week. Like I said, I want to say it was against Ole Miss. I think that's when he had his career high, was against Ole Miss. Really good game there. No. It was against Florida because it was Florida. It was the Florida game. Boom. That's what it was. It was the Florida game. We ran that 1-3-1. He was at the top of the 1-3-1. That's what it was. It was the Florida game. For Tennessee, Dalton, man. What can I say? Dalton's going to get his. Zakai Ziegler, he's been on a tear lately. He's been playing really good basketball, scoring-wise, assisting the rock. He's been absurd. So those two guys are going to be tough to stop. Like I said, with Tennessee, Dalton's going to get his. So South Carolina, they have to say, Dalton's going to get his. We can't allow anybody else to get theirs. And that's what happened last time they played. It has to be the same thing this time. Jonas Adu and Josiah Jordan James, they're going to be all on the glass, which was a kind of a weakness against Florida. Florida was able to attack the offensive glass a bunch against us this past Saturday. I believe that was kind of a weakness in the Tennessee game. I want to say they did have a decent amount of offensive rebounds as I go check the stats. They had 9, but we had 9 as well. We actually beat them on the boards by 3 because we had 31 defensive rebounds to their 28. But yeah, 9 and 9. So even there, but still, I don't like giving up 9 offensive boards as South Carolina. We need to lower that number. I've been talking about this the whole time. Did not bring my banners up. I'm just ready to get into it. Let me bring my banners up real quick. Boom. Now, let's talk about the line for a second. Tennessee is 5.5-point favorites in Columbia at Colonial Life Arena. And I think it's Colonial Life. I want to say it's Colonial Life. Could be Colonial Bank, but I think it's Colonial Life Arena. And I don't like that. Like I said, South Carolina won the head-to-head last time. You could say, it was a fluke. Like I said, Santiago Vescovi was the second leading scorer with 10. Don't see that again. Cool, fine, whatever. But you can also say, like I said, CMB wasn't CMB this time. Meechie Johnson, he was bad from the floor. BJ Mack was horrendous. Not horrendous, but his shooting percentage was horrendous, 4-15. So things you can say on both ends. But I appreciate the disrespect by the Lions having them favored in our house because that's what we've been living on all year. We've been motivated by being those underdogs. And now, quite literally, again, we are the underdogs at our house. Lamont Parrish, I'm pretty sure, showed them this. Like, hey, look, Vegas got y'all underdogs at y'all own house against a team that we already beat. Boom. They go to fuel to the fire right there. I know Talon Cooper, Meechie, CMB, all those guys are going to take that and just motivate it, use it as fuel in that game. So Vegas might have started something there. But, yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think it's going to be a defensive game like it was last time, 2 good defensive teams. Now, I know, granted, Florida game was highly offensive, but that was because of offensive rebounds. Got to finish possessions. But, yeah, 2 really good defensive teams. All in all, I think South Carolina pulled off the W again to sweep Tennessee and take over first place of the SEC with 1 more game to go. South Carolina's just been battle tested all year. They really have. Yes, I get it. We got blown out by 42 Auburn. We got blown out by Alabama early in the year, might I add. But I think teams like Tennessee that you could slow down and sink your teeth in defensively, I think that's more so to our advantage. It's not one of those teams that's going to run you up and down the floor and nothing like that. I think this game is to our advantage. So I'll take South Carolina to win the game, move in the first place, and with a win against Mississippi State, win the SEC, going from picked last in the SEC, so picked 14th, to winning the SEC outright, getting the SEC conference regular season championship. I'll look that up when the last time we did that. I don't even think we won it in 2017, to be honest. Gotta look up men's basketball because the women's been so dominant. He's gonna bring these up. Which, by the way, shout out to the women, man. Undefeated season. Obviously, SEC regular season champs. Moving into the SEC tournament. Future looking bright for the girls. Hopefully to bring home another national championship for Coach Dawn Staley. Hold on. Oops, I forgot to write the word championship. So yep, haven't won one since 1945. So this will be a long time coming. 55 plus 24. Was that 79? It'd be 79 years if they could pull it off this year. Lamont Paris will go into infamy. But yeah, man, I got South Carolina winning tonight. Dalton's gonna get his. Just gotta stop everybody else from getting theirs, which I think we'll do a pretty good job at doing. But that's all I got for y'all. Just a quick little episode going over the battle of first place. The game, as you can see on the ticker, 7 o'clock, ESPN2. South Carolina win this game, by the way. Better get some more respect in the rankings. As y'all know, yesterday, Florida beat Alabama. That didn't officially remove them from winning the SEC. I think they still can win the SEC, but it hurt their chances significantly. It helped us. This is why if we win this game, if we win out, we win, because Florida took care of business. So appreciate y'all, Florida. I got a Florida fan who probably would be mad if we win it, but hey, we beat y'all and y'all took care of some dirty work for us. So we appreciate y'all. I'm about to go. Like I said, I will catch y'all tomorrow. Like I said on the show yesterday, I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. I will be talking about, I believe I said I'm going to be talking about tournaments that start on Saturday or Sunday. So if it's no show tomorrow, that means I looked and no tournament start on Saturday or Sunday, okay? So if y'all don't see me tomorrow, it's because no tournament start on Saturday or Sunday. Also, Friday, Duke fans that I know are busy. So I don't think I will have any Duke or North Carolina people on to talk trash about the game. So there's that. I'm sorry about that, but hey, life happens. Got to keep it pushing. I will talk about the game myself on Friday and whatever games I deem like necessary to talk about. Also, Lipscomb, I know if you watched the show yesterday, Lipscomb at the buzzer gets beat by Northern Alabama. KJ Johnson knocks down a crazy buzzer beater to win by 2. Lipscomb loses. That was 1 pick down. I had Lipscomb winning the ASUN tournament. A lot of people at Eastern Kentucky, they also took an L. So ASUN is going to be, it's crazy, but this is why we love March. So thank y'all for watching. I will be back tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.